It started where history always starts, then doubled down on the history. It went full throttle into fantasy and forged its foundation on pavement. At some points, it even got dirty, and when many would make a wrong turn, it went right. Now it all comes to a close in Vice. 4 drivers with 1 ring to raise. Roger Diebold, Tyler Truex, Ryan Zunk, and Ryan Truex. This is the Thunderclap Championship.
We are live on Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. It's the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational Championship. Tonight, one of 4 drivers will raise their fist high in the air, claiming the inaugural Thunderclap Championship ring. These 4 drivers have worked all season long to be the cream of the crop in competition here, but they'll need to prove their poise and profession one more time at the virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Bo Condon, alongside in-race reporter and commissioner Justin Clapper. We are thrilled to bring you the exciting conclusion of the inaugural Thunderclap season. Let's stop down to track and see what the conditions are like for our championship drivers. Justin, are you out there, sir? Do you got a copy?
I got you loud and clear, Bo, and the excitement is out here on the racetrack. I'm looking at speeds right now, and you're looking at 3 of the 4 final 4 sitting 1, 2, and 3. Ryan Zunk sitting in the 6th spot of that final 4. And, Bo, let's not wait any longer, and let's start to talk to some of these final 4 drivers and get their mindset as we get set for 150 laps of rim riding action here at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. And here with us now is Ryan Zunk, who comes in as the number 4 seed, driver of the number 23 machine. Ryan Zunk, do you have a copy?
sir, I do. You got me?
I got you loud and clear. Well, first off, congratulations on making it to the Final Four and making it to this championship. You've been with us for, I believe, the entirety of the season, definitely the majority. So we thank you for your dedication to the Thunderclap League and all that you've done so far of being a participant. And man, what's your mindset going into the night? You're coming in here as the number 4 seed, sitting 6th right now in practice. Do you feel like you got what it takes to get up there against the guys that have been pretty dominant all year and steal one just like you did at Daytona?
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me. It's been a fun season all year. I'm just trying to keep it clean out here. Once the track temp cools down, we'll get faster and faster, I think. I got a feeling the tires are going to be a huge factor come stage 3 at the end. So I think if you can save enough, but still keep that gap to the front, you'll be okay.
Absolutely. Well, I will be out there on the racetrack with you, looking to enjoy sharing the real estate of the high banks here at Homestead-Miami Speedway. Good luck to you, sir. That beautiful set, or I'm sorry, Zunk Gadgetors racing paint scheme is gorgeous out there. Looking forward to seeing that thing run up front all night.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
And 2 of the other drivers that we don't have in here just yet, but we have Ryan and Tyler Truex are also drivers competing for the championship tonight. Tyler sitting on top of the board currently. Greg Ostrander just bumped Ryan Truex down to the 3rd spot, but 2 out of the top 3 with the last name of Truex, and the cousin battle will continue into the night tonight at Homestead. Look for both of those drivers to be very competitive and very fast all night long. But the driver that's been the most consistently fast week after week, he was the winner of all 4 regular season championships. He popped off the win of week 1 in the playoffs, clinching himself into the next round of round 2. And he has stayed the number 1 seed for majority of the season until of recent times, being knocked down by Ryan Truex, who just now jumped to the top of the board, P1 for the number 40. But we have the number 38 machine, LKN Edis Ford Mustang, Roger Diebold. Roger, do you have a copy?
Yeah, man.
Well, Roger, you're sitting P5 on the board right now at a 32.846. Not that far off of the 32.676 that Ryan Truex just laid down. How does your car feel out there? Do you feel like this is going to be a race ran more for the short run, or were you looking more for a long run here tonight as we get into the night skies in Miami, Florida?
I think I'll be a lot better on the long run. I've not been a huge short run guy. Most of the time, I try to just save my stuff for the end anyway. Yeah, I think it'll get a lot better once it cools down a little bit. It's definitely a little hot and slick right now. Just trying to turn some laps, see what the car is going to do, see what it wants to do, see where it wants to run and whatnot. And yeah, it's going to be wild. I think it'll stretch out. I think we'll have a few cautions, and then it'll go green for a long time and make for some pretty good racing.
I would have to agree with you. Well, like I said to Zunk, and I'll say it to you, looking forward to sharing the real estate out there with you. Thank you for all your efforts. You've been an admin to this league as well, and a great contribution to the success of the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. Looking forward to the future of this league with you and the rest of the great drivers we have. Good luck to you, and I'll see you out there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, we'll let these 2 championship contenders get back to their team lobbies in Discord as we continue this broadcast. Bo, I know I'm excited to get out there and turn some laps. What is your mindset going into tonight's broadcast?
Well, I'm excited to bring all this to a head. We've been working at this for over 30 weeks now to finalize who would be our first overall champion, our first, I should say, Thunderclap champion. And I know there's going to be an exciting ring for these guys waiting for them in victory lane when they do take that championship. And we'll actually take a look now. This is your championship for drivers that you see on the screen. Any one of these drivers finishes ahead of the other 3, they will be the champion. They don't necessarily have to win the race, but as we've seen in real life, a lot of times if you want to be the champion, you do have to win the race. So these will be the 4 drivers we follow the most throughout this evening. And it's going to be exciting to see them do it because they have been the 4 most dominant cars all season long. And I have to take a moment now to thank our wonderful sponsor for this Championship Wednesday. That's Janine Seeley Photography, also known as JS Photography. JS Photography, based out of West Creek, New Jersey, specializes in professional portraits, racing hero cards, or family photo sessions by one of the best photographers in New Jersey, Janine Seeley. JS Photography is currently starting bookings for the holiday season. That's right, JS is very close with the man in the red suit, and you can get that special moment captured with your family and old St. Nick himself. For more information, contact Janine Seeley at 609-709-2316. And you can see all of her holiday mini information right there on the screen now. She does amazing work, not only for your family, but also for drivers in her local area and around the country. She's posted some awesome photos, I know, of you, Justin, as well as some of our other drivers in the league. She does a fantastic job with hero cards, and we are so glad to have Janine Seeley Photography on board for this Championship Wednesday.
Absolutely, and incredible work she does of being a photographer that kind of captures the moment, not one that really just wants to, take a picture to take a picture. It's some of those rare finds in motorsports that make a shot so incredible. So check her out on social media. She has a great Facebook page and a website as well. Give her a shout, and you will not be disappointed in the product.
We, of course, thank her for jumping on board. We're looking at Ryan Truex 40 Marquis Spa machine right now, and he's getting followed by the 69 of Tyler Truex, his cousin, coming out together, being who can get the right lap. Right now, it is Tyler Truex kind of chasing the rabbit of that 40, and you can see just how loose these things get. I mean, this is a really hard track. I know I'm not any good at this track. It doesn't say a lot, but this is a really tough track in these Gen 6 Cup cars. Justin, what are these Championship 4 guys going to have to do to outlive, outlast, and outplay the other 3 guys that they're facing tonight?
Well, you got a racetrack that is very multi-groove. You're looking at guys are going to run the top, run the bottom, run the middle, kind of all over the racetrack, which makes things really, really interesting and can make corner exit a very treacherous location on this racetrack because it's very, very loose off with this setup. So you're going to see a lot of guys prefer to run the top, but the speed might be down on the bottom. So you're going to see restarts getting very, very insane tonight. You're going to see tire wear become a huge factor. And as we get into the night, this is a racetrack that will change tremendously as the weather changes, the track cools off. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how not only will my car handle in that situation, but how these Championship 4 guys compete against the weather. They not only have to compete these other drivers on the racetrack and 3 other drivers for the championship, but you have all of the other drivers on track. You have the weather to battle and track conditions. Will the top start to rubber up? There's a lot of factors involved, and these minds are going to be racing, full pun intended, for the checkered flag here tonight.
We're riding along with Ryan Truex right now, and you can see just how fast these 3 top runners are. That's Greg Ostrander and Tyler Truex actually moving to the inside and around his cousin in the 40, able to clear him. And it's looking like these are going to be 3 of the best tonight. A huge block put on there by the 40. I think he already knows that this 90 is going to try and play spoiler, and they don't need to totally worry if the 90 is has a chance to win, but they more so got to focus on those other drivers. And the 90, if he sticks himself in there, it could create chaos for these drivers. Just like that, seeing the 69 get loose. These guys are working it hard in a practice session, showing that they are going to be the cream of the crop here tonight.
Absolutely. And one of the drivers that is currently in the 8th position, I believe, has joined us in the broadcast. And not only is it championship night, but folks, it's a big announcement night. You've seen a lot of the posts and hidden messages all over social media over the last week. And Bo, I don't know if you're ready, but I think I'm ready. Is Cameron ready? We got a lot to announce.
Well, let's go ahead and see exactly what you guys will be announcing here.
And there you see it, folks, the Thunderclap Short Track Challenge. If you want to get a quick look at my 63 machine here, Bo. Well, you notice something interesting about my paint scheme, and that's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational is running their own version of an SRX style series. But I have my Gen 6 car wrapped up in this paint job that will be ran on a super late model beginning December 1st, the first Wednesday of December. It'll be about an 8 to 10 week season. We will travel all over the short track schedule. That'll be coming to you soon. And we are highly looking forward to the Battle of Heat races with a feature. We'll have all the details to come, but hashtag what off season is the hashtag we are using to celebrate this amazing league that we have coming your way. And I know myself and Cameron Henn with Cameron Henn Designs is highly looking forward to putting this project together. And drivers, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be open invite to anybody and everybody. And we'll have a limited lineup for each event. And everybody's going to have to choose a color, and their color is going to be just like the paint scheme you see here. And with that, you'll be able to choose a sponsor and a color. Email Cameron Henn Designs, and he'll get that slapped on there. Otherwise, choose amongst multiple manufacturer choices of wraps on trading paints, and that's what you will run. And it'll be very, very similar to the SRX series. And we are looking forward to all of our Thunderclap drivers and many more partaking in this hashtag What Off Season League.
Well, that is exciting news. I'm mostly excited for my opportunity to really grit my teeth and start getting some laps in. I'm going to be one of the drivers for this short track challenge to see if, maybe I can't get a little bit more competitive in Season 2 in Thunderclap. That's my goal, and I'm excited to get this thing started this winter. Going to be a bit of winter heat action from Thunderclap. So thank you, Cameron Henn and Justin Clapper, for putting that on and getting that together. It's going to be exciting. We look forward to it. Right now, we are going to jump into our first commercial break of the evening. It'll be a nice quick one, and then we're going to come back for the return of our favorite segment.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to get your landscape lighting system tuned up for the summer months. You're going to have people over your house. You want to have your home, your back deck, your back patio, around your swimming pool, all your landscape lighting tuned up and ready. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342. We'll be glad to get that scheduled for you.
It's 8 a.m. Your car's engine is already hot. Now it's time to look the part. At Paint Correction by Associated, we know that it's not enough to just offer the best products and services. You need the best customer experience in auto detailing. We test all of our products on our cars long before we trust them with your ride. We start with our best foot forward, a state-of-the-art water treatment system yielding the best results for our detailing products. A precise, meticulous, and caring service with unmatched results. The job's done right. Your car's not like new. It's so much more. Paint Correction by Associated. Call today to schedule your appointment. Cars aren't just our passion. They're our career.
Hey Dad, remember how I was gonna change the name? Well, I've been dreaming up something new. Take this great beer cooler and all this cold beer in it. Dad.
Keep those prices low, baby.
Low.
How's my friendly staff?
Groovy.
Toss me a dog.
Some dream, huh? Whoa!
Midway Liquors, Route 40 in Joppa.
It started where history always starts, then doubled down on the history. It went full throttle into fantasy and forged its foundation on pavement. At some points, it even got dirty, and when many would make a wrong turn, it went right. Now it all comes to a close in Vice. 4 drivers with 1 ring to raise. Roger Diebold, Tyler Truex, Ryan Zunk, and Ryan Truex. This is the Thunderclap Championship.
Back live on the Lightning Before the Thunder pre-race show powered by Kubia's Tackle. This is the JS Photography Championship race. Back live watching the 40 of Ryan Truex put some hot laps down. He looks great out there in the 40. He's currently the fastest car on track, with Tyler Truex not far behind him. A reminder that our championship 4 drivers are as follows. We've got Ryan Truex in the 40, Roger Diebold in the 38, Tyler Truex in the 69, and 23 of Ryan Zunk. Any one of those cars finishes ahead of the other 3, they will be crowned champion here this evening. It's going to be an exciting event to unfold here in Miami. The sun goes down, the Vice will go up. Speaking of Vice, we're going to go ahead and bring back for the season finale one of our favorite segments. This is Y'all Can Have This League. Back once again, Justin. I know we haven't had it in a long time, but this one is specific to all Championship 4 drivers. This one, our first clip, the Truex is getting into a big fight here. It's not often that you see Ryan and Tyler take each other out, but they sure were not happy this day. And it started one of the most fun things we had all season, and that was the fight between Bobby Grant and Tyler Truex here on the backstretch.
Absolutely. Talk about a demolition derby, and y'all can have this league moment.
Yeah, it was
Definitely
wild.
some brotherly love amongst cousins there, which Bobby Grant said, you know what, if we're throwing fists, I'm bringing in a nose of my truck.
Right, and now this is my personal favorite. Ryan Zunk, one of our other championship guys. Matt Kenseth Dover styles it at Phoenix, and that takes out just about every single truck left. Y'all can have this league.
Yeah, he was just trying to give his truck a wash there by hitting his water barrels.
Yeah, essentially. The 40 of Ryan Truex does an amazing save. Never mind, no, he doesn't. Almost had the thing saved after contact with the two, and then he goes for a fun ride.
Rolling.
Look at this. He saves it, and ally.
Yep, I'm flying through the air. It's not good.
And then our final piece here. This is the 38 and the 69 getting after it at North Wilkesboro. The 69 does an amazing save. This is all one lap of action right here. He gets in with the 55. The 38 says, oh, well, don't mind if I do. I'll slip right in here. And the 55 says, no Krispy Kreme for you. And it's on. Yeah, this was a wreck that just kept on happening. And
bouncing around like a ping pong ball. I mean, it looks unbelievable. It's like a pinball machine.
And to consider those are our championship 4, you know what? Y'all can have this league.
And I'm sure many drivers will be saying that after tonight. 3 drivers are going to have no choice but to say y'all can have this league based off of the upset when only one driver can go home tonight a champion. And you mentioned a ring before, Bo. That's right, a championship ring coming to the winner. Look on our social media pages throughout the week. We will have that ring custom made with the driver's number on it and their name. We were just waiting to see who the champion will be before we officially release the design of that championship ring. Really looking forward to seeing the finished product. And I know these drivers are determined to go out there and race for that bling.
It's going to be exciting to see. And something that's exciting with a minute left in practice right now is the battle between the 38 and the 69. The 38 has not put the fastest lap down, but he's only about a 10th off of the 69 of Tyler Truex. And right now it just looks like they're kind of stalking each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm starting to also notice the speed changed based on what line you run, where you're at on the racetrack, and who you're around. The speed's definitely picked up. I ran my fastest lap in a bit of a draft, and I noticed that the middle line seems to kind of be the most speed, but you want to really protect that right front on a long run. So I see the low to middle line working through stages 1 and 2, but I guarantee you by the end of stage 3, if it stays green, you're going to see guys ripping that wall, trying to save all they can and keep that momentum to stay up front.
Well, you can see Tyler Truex get insanely loose there. It looks like he's going to say, all right, enough of that, as that is the end of our practice session.
That it is, and Justin White doing what he does best, giving our race debrief right now to all the drivers as we get set for qualifying to begin.
10-minute qualifying session. Fastest lap gets the pole. And we will try and follow along with our championship drivers when they come out. They will do so kind of all at the same time. So we'll try and bring those laps to you. Right now, it looks like the 5 of Cameron Henn, one of the few cars out on track.
Something that's also being discussed right now in our drivers meeting, Justin White is informing these drivers of who the Final 4 is. And to show respect to these drivers, we would hate to see a situation where a non-playoff driver wrecks out one of these drivers. But at the same time, you know, these guys are out there. They know there's a payout. They know that there's a checker flag to win, and they're going to go for it. But be curious to see if these drivers will show respect to those Final 4 or who will race them just as hard. That's something that I'll be looking forward to seeing out here on the racetrack, as well as kind of peeking over my shoulder to watch you do your thing, Bo.
Hey, sounds like a plan there. Still waiting for any of our championship guys to come out onto the track. Beautiful paint scheme there by the 5 of Cameron Henn. Special paint scheme for Vice City tonight. Look, he matches the logo. Smart guy. He knows the Miami colors. And he will be first fastest so far. Brennan Cash also putting a lap down in the 11.
Currently waiting right now, kind of get an idea of what lap times are going to be put down by these drivers. Got 10 minutes in this session. I'm thinking with about halfway through, let the track cool down a little bit and then make my way out onto the racetrack.
Sounds like a plan. Still waiting for any championship drive. Actually, no, it looks like Ryan Truex has worked his way out onto the track. Let's see what kind of lap Ryan can put down.
You know, this is going to be a guy to really judge what the speed will be to qualify up front. A driver that was very quick in practice. I believe he was the one to finalize at the top of the board there, Bo?
Oh, yeah, he was quickest.
There's your guy, P1 on the board in practice. Ryan Truex, number 40. Marquee Hot Tubs on the hood of that car and looking to bring them to victory lane as a champion here tonight. And we'll see what kind of lap time he puts down as he's going to set the pace. And I think a lot of these drivers are waiting to make a lap to kind of see what one of these guys do, waiting for one of these front runners to get out there and make a lap to know what to compare to. $32,705 for Ryan Truex. We'll put him at the top of the board right now. No, I'm sorry. Yep, it will. There it is. P1 on the board for Ryan Truex. Is that a wait for my lovely iRacing telemetry to catch up?
Yeah, so far, not a lot of cars have put their, well, actually, it looks like everybody's putting their laps down now. Even Ryan Zunk has gone out there and put his first lap down.
Now I think it's about time I roll my beautiful orange and silver Chevrolet onto the racetrack.
Hey, sounds like a plan there, sir. As we watch Ryan Zunk's lap, I am updating some telemetry myself, making sure all of our graphics are buttoned up and ready to go so that hopefully as the race goes on, we'll be able to show you, well, this. This is going to be how they run if they were to start now, except actually it would put the 23 in second. So we'll work on getting those reorganized and try to keep them live and accurate for you as the race goes on. Tyler Truex out on the track now, just pulled out halfway into this session. Nice Tyler Truex racing paint scheme he's brought back with Dover Contracting. That is his scheme in real life. Let's follow along with his speed.
Well, one thing I can tell you right now, these drivers are going to fight in qualifying, and with the start of this race, the sun at a turn 4 is insane right now.
Out of turn 4, bad sun. Well, let's see exactly what it looks like for Tyler Truex as he goes into 3 and 4 now. Oh, I see what you mean. That is a bright sun, and Tyler Truex loses it. Able to lock her down and save it from making any contact, which would ruin his qualifying chances even further. Back out now, reset, but I'm not sure that he'll be able to go back out and put another lap down. Right now, sitting not even in the top 10, so not the qualifying effort that Tyler Truex was looking for. He is going to go back out and give it another whirl.
Yeah, P14 on the board right now for myself at a 33.32. Ran the wall the whole time. Started to kind of find some speed there towards the bottom, but I think just the difference in what line you run is based on what kind of lap time was put down there. But I think long run, this thing's handling pretty decent.
Well, it certainly looks pretty decent in that Thunderclap Short Track Challenge paint scheme there. I'm going to call it on live TV right now. I want the red one when things get going.
I'll be sure to mark that down and send it to Cameron. Well, Bo, I'm going to go ahead and hop in with my teammates here. Feel free to pull me at any time, SRX style, being that I have our SRX-inspired paint scheme tonight. I'll be looking forward to giving you some insight throughout. And, man, it's the last race of the year. Fans, thank you so much for joining us. I hope we put on a great show for you tonight. Good luck to our Championship 4, and I'm going to go out there and give her hell, buddy.
Sounds like a plan. We will see you and Champion Motorsports out there on the track and certainly chat with you guys here in a little bit as Tyler Truex jumps up to second on the board. So 3 of your championship drivers taking up the top 3. And while we are just over 2 minutes left in this session here, ladies and gentlemen, in the comments or the chat section, why don't you tell me who your pick is? I'll go up and throw who our Championship 4 are this evening. Who do you think's going to get this thing? Is it going to be the 40 of Ryan Truex, the 69 of Tyler Truex, 38 of Roger Diebold, or the 23 of Ryan Zunk? Give me your picks, and we will compare them at the end of this thing. I'm looking at you, Crit Crew. Who you think's got it here this evening at the virtual Homestead-Miami Speedway? As it sits now, no more cars active on the racetrack. That gives us the perfect opportunity to jump into our opening ceremonies. We'll be right back after this wonderful rendition of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red-glared, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And just like that, an awesome, awesome celebration of our nation done there. I know that everyone here is excited. I'm excited. I see some Roger Diebold picks get in there. It's time to grid them up. So let's fire these engines with a wonderful thank you from all of our sponsors who we couldn't have done this season without. Thank you all, sponsors. And why don't you fire them engines up?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Das Beer Hall, home of the famous $5 liter crush.
Hey, everybody. I'm Roger Diebold, the owner of Lake Norman Edits.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Jordan DeRossi.
Hi, I'm Doug Newkirk, owner of D&M Tags.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. Now's the time to crank up them engines.
Start your engine!
Start your engines.
Driver, start your engines. Come on.
Start your engines!
Start your engines! Start your engines.
Drivers, start your engines.
And just like that, it's time to grit 'em up here at the JS Photography Championship race. Thank you to all of our sponsors all season long for getting us to this point. Let's see where our championship 4 are starting. On the pole, you see it is them Truexes. Once again, the 40 and the 69 dominate the front row. That beautiful 40 machine ready to pull off with the fastest laps in the practice session and in qualifying. Can he keep it up here tonight? Back behind them, you've got the 23 of Ryan Zunk. Another one of our championship drivers alongside Greg Ostrander, who has been fast all practice session long and is looking to play spoiler here tonight. Row 3, you have Bobby Grant in the 14 with a great qualifying effort alongside of the 89 of Cole Gadjadoris. Both of these guys championship runners early on and were full season participants in Thunderclap. Row 4, you'll see Jordan Durasic and Roger Diebold, the 38 starting back in row 4. That is the last of our championship drivers. Does he have the speed to get up there with the rest of them? And a big shout out to Jordan Durasic and JCR, Team JCR, for all of their sponsorship this year as well. Row 5, you've got Tommy Allen Jr. and Robert Walton, playoff drivers that were out early on. Row 6, you've got Chase Leahy and Dustin Stallings. Chase Leahy, our Thundercam driver just about all season. Cameron in the 5 alongside David Burns. And as we continue through the rest of the field, you see the lights are off on the pace car. That means we are about to get things going here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us for the final installment of the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. The green flag is out, and we are championship racing. The Thunder rolls. Big loose out of the 90 of Greg Ostrander. He's losing a bunch of positions, and Roger Diebold in the 38 is able to make a move under him for it. 38 of Roger Diebold wasting no time in getting into the top 5. He's all the way up there from 8th on the first lap. Ryan Zunk doing the exact same thing. Here he is. All 4 of our championship drivers now in the top 5. Truexes right now are the dominating cars. Just starting to feel out what they have, though. This is going to be a long race with long green flag runs. You're going to want to use your car wisely early on because those tires will get away from you quick. With Tyler Truex. As of now, it's still Ryan Truex's race. We've got Roger Diebold in the 4th position now, right behind the 89 of Cole Gadjadoris in that awesome Superflow paint scheme that he's been running this latter half of the year. A homage to Days of Thunder. Ryan Zunk in the 23 working on the 38 of Roger Diebold now. The LKN machine is looking good. As I said, you're going to want to save a little bit. Make sure you don't use up those tires early. I'm all types of tongue twisted. So excited for this championship event. Bear with me, folks. Going into our chat section, happy early birthday wishes to our sponsor, JS Photography from the 52 crew. We heart you, Mama Bears. That is art. I love having Janine Seeley and JS Photography as the sponsor for this final event. It brings all of this to a head, all the hard work that the Crick crew and Justin Clapper and all of the admins did this year to get this series underway. Started from essentially nothing. It was just us trying to see, well, how could we do this? Could we maybe get something on the internet so people can watch them? And who the hell are we going to have drive it? Is there anybody in there that's worth a damn driving? And now we have a competitive field of over 20 cars each and every week. And it's gone down to these 4. And that's how they run right now. Ryan Truex ahead of Roger Diebold in second, and Tyler Truex under pressure from the 23 of Ryan Zunk. If the championship ended right now, it would be Ryan Truex holding the championship ring. Checking out our comment section earlier, I asked who your championship picks were. Now I can see 2 votes for Roger. I got Thomas Kohick saying Diebold's going to get the win. Dennis Seeley of the Crick crew. He actually looks like he had. Doesn't look like he made a pick yet. He did say that I'm doing a great job. I appreciate that. And try to see. Who we're taking bets on tonight is one Facebook user. I tell you what, if I had money to put down right now, it would go on this 40 car. Started first, still first, and I think he's going to stay first here for a little while. But not if Roger Diebold in the 38 has anything to say about it. Roger Diebold is our Thundercam driver here this evening. You can see him in the zone in second place right now, working on chasing down the 40 of Ryan Truex. Thank TLC Incorporated, one of our premier sponsors this year in the Thunderclap series, for hopping on board and sponsoring the Thundercam each and every week of the season. Thank you to Bob Carr and TLC Incorporated for that support. Right now, we've got a battle heating up between the 69 of Tyler Truex and Ryan Zunk. Ryan Zunk in that new Dunk Gadgetors Racing paint scheme here this evening. Still rocking the Oscar Mayer, Ryan Newman gym shorts though. There are your championship 4 right there in front of you. 69 has made it around the 23 completely. As they run, it's still Ryan Truex dominating, but let's take a look through the field that some of our other competitors as our Championship 4 begin to check out. 14 laps into this race, Cole Gadjadoris has stayed up there all day long. He's now getting pressure from the 90 of Greg Allstrander, who was fast in practice. Behind them, you've got the 66 of Robert Walton in that Tyler Truex racing machine. Getting some new paint this week, looking good and driving well in that 66. Behind you, you've got Jordan Durasic in the 13 in that awesome Jimmy Johnson throwback. And Matt Garrett, another Tyler Truex racing machine, getting pressure now from the 34 of Chase Leahy, who was unfortunately knocked out of the playoffs last week. After being he's actually just got around the 7 of Matt Garrett. He was our Thundercam driver for most of this season. And he is rocking the Crohn's and Colitis Awareness Machine. Awesome to see so much support to different charities and organizations throughout this season. And Chase Leahy has been rocking that Crohn's and Colitis machine here for I believe this is his second time he won with it in Indy. Let's see if he can continue the winning ways with that machine. Thank you, Chase Leahy, for bringing awareness to that. Behind them as they continue to battle is the 26 of Greg Vielle. The last, I believe, there's a lot of Tyler Truex racing guys. But he was a winner just a few weeks ago in that 26. He's played spoiler at a couple events this year. And seeing if he can't do it again. He started 22nd all the way up to 11th now, cracking on the top 10. Cameron Henn in the 5, one of your admins for the soon-to-be Thunderclap Short Track Challenge. Looking good out there in that Miami Vice-inspired paint scheme, done none other than by himself and Cameron Henn Designs. Tommy Allen Jr. in an awesome 88 Mountain Dew throwback up there on track in the 13th position. He was a championship driver for most of the season. Unfortunately, did not make the Dover event, which eliminated him from what was a must-win situation. Behind him, you've got Bobby Grant in the 14. Been great fun to watch him all season long. You saw in the pre-race show, and y'all can have this league, his his boxing match, essentially, with the 69 of Tyler Truex. So much fun to race with him all season long, and rocking that awesome Davey Allison throwback paint scheme. Behind him is David Burns in that Krispy Kreme donut machine that a lot of people have come to recognize out here. He's kept with that scheme just about all year round, and it looks good today. He's kind of running right around where he started, though. He's going to have to maybe play with some strategy here at the end of stage number 1. Behind them, you've got Justin Clapper in that Short Track Challenge special paint scheme. He started 16th, and he is currently 16th. Just riding around, learning what he can, and looks like now he's getting jumped a little bit by the 42 of Dustin Stallings and the 9 of Josh Koner. Hard racing so far for the 63 of Justin Clapper, our league commissioner. Behind him, now getting worked on, is the 4 of Seth Gadjadoris in the Nesquik machine. He came a little bit later this season and has been a strong performer ever since. David Hall in the 57. Nice to see him back again. He was our sponsor, I should say his wife was our sponsor a few weeks back with Checkered Flag Books. We appreciate their support as well. Tony Burleson running the Champion Tire and Wheel scheme this week. Also a huge supporter of Kubia's Tackle. Greg Kubia was one of our premier sponsors this season, sponsoring our pre-race show all season long. And I like to call him the fan favorite, the 11 of Brandon Cash, running a nice new Valvoline scheme this week. He's getting lapped by Roger Diebold, who's fallen back to 3rd after being passed by Tyler Truex. And he may have had a little incident there. As we look at Nikolai Jardin in his first event, the only newcomer for this final championship race, not having a great day. He's about second off the pace. Back up front, your leader, Ryan Truex, up to a 3-second lead on the field. Let's see if we can see how 38 was passed. Like, here's your pass. Everything looked clean. It's just the 69 had chased him down and was able to get to the inside and get Roger out of his preferred line, and that was all that was needed to get the lead. 69 has now checked out. Got a 3/10 lead over the 38. There's a distance, in that little blue dot you can see up in the top left corner is Ryan Truex, who right now is certainly the championship favorite and is starting to walk away with this thing. Well, as we follow the 40, we will take a quick break for our first Rolling Thunder of the event. Brought to you by TLC. Let's check in with Bob Carr and see what he's getting into.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC. We're on a project today in Annapolis, Maryland, illuminating a pier for a client. They want to have some illumination so they can walk out here at night. And so passing boats, don't be a liability. People are coming in with boats. They don't know the area. Sometimes not as safe as the rest of us would like them to be. Specifically on a pier, dangerous. You're out here at night, you don't have the proper illumination. You might have folks that are not supposed to be at your pier at night. If you have illuminated, you can see them, and they can see when they come back in. When we're doing a pier job, there's a lot of drilling that goes in, so you don't see any of the wiring. So we cross drill 3 or 4 times, and then when we clean all that up, we pull the wire cabling back, all the wire disappears, and then we fill the post back. So with these new Bluetooth fixtures that we're installing behind us, all you see is the light at night, fixture during the day, which is really key to a beautiful job. So for all your outdoor lighting needs, give us a call at the office at 410-721-2342.
Consistency. It's thought the line was going to be at the top, so he started out running the top, and then he started to drive away from me, and realized I had to make a big change if I was going to catch him, and potentially get around him for a position later on. But looks like the speed late in the run is down here on the bottom, which was really surprising. I thought for sure it was gonna be on the top. I practiced on the top. I practiced on the bottom too. But yeah, definitely a big change up.
Yeah, you would think you're going to use that Larson line. We were talking about earlier the sunlight being an issue out of 4. It looks like that's a thing of the past now, but was that an issue at the beginning of the race?
Yeah, it was kind of a big issue, mainly with just the glare. There's a lot of glare coming through the car, a lot of glare on the racetrack and everything, so it's made it really hard to see, especially the line you wanted to run, and that was kind of right in that twitchy area that the car was wanting to step out anyway, so it was extremely difficult in the beginning, but now the sun's kind of tucked away and it's good to go now.
Well, the 38 LKN Edits machine is looking good out there. We appreciate all of your support this year as a sponsor with LKN Edits, as well as an admin and a driver in this Championship 4. We'll talk to you here in a little bit, but let you get back to focusing on catching that 40 of Ryan Truex. Go get after it, sir.
Cool deal. Thank you.
As we let Roger get back to his thing. Looking good out there. Sorry if you couldn't hear us there for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't saying anything of importance, and queued us back up with the audio the second Roger started talking. So you didn't miss anything, just me blabbering on about the 38 getting back around the 69. I'd love to listen into team communications on that 69 and see what he's thinking. Is he saving? He's kind of the king of saving what he has. All season long, we've noticed out of all the drivers, he's the best at saving his stuff. Maybe he decided once he saw the 38 coming again, rather than race him hard, he'll save what he has for the end. We are going to go another 10 or so laps here for stage number 1. No stage points awarded. The most important thing here tonight is to finish ahead of your championship drivers, and that stage end will come at lap 45. Everybody around the track right now pretty much well spread out. As the battle of attrition begins late in this run, Ryan Zunk actually getting passed right now by the 26 of Greg Vielle. Greg Vielle started 22nd all the way up to 5th. I'm starting to think that that boy did not put a lap down with how fast he is. Driver I'm looking at is Chase Leahy. He's working on the 5 of Cameron Henn right now using the outside. We just heard from Roger Diebold, who said that the low line was right now the preferred line. I wonder if that will change as the sun continues to go down and this track cools down later at night. You remember when this was a championship race not too long. Oh, the 34 actually scrapes the wall there trying to use that Larson line. The 11 of Brandon Cash goes by him, not for position as Cash is a lap down. Actually, looks like 4 laps down. He had to pit earlier for some damage. Ooh, a bit of a bump there from the 34. Good hard racing going on in the back of the pack here. You see Ryan Truex up to a 5.5 second lead now. Proving why he deserves to be in this championship for sure. The 89 of Cole Gadgedoris, he makes it interesting there for a second. Oh, he actually scrapes the wall. 89 with significant damage after scraping the wall there. Let's go back and see how he did it. Already in the wall at that point. This is trying to use the high line and just uses a little bit too much of it. Homestead can get its own versions of the Darlington stripe. You over accelerate into the corner, you just get in with a little bit too much speed. You'll draft right up there, and he actually did it again. And him and the 34 are determined to use this high line, try and see if it saves them some tire. As the 34 and 89 continue to battle it out. It's like Josh Koner just went around the 4 of Seth Gadjadoris. All the action is back here in the back of the pack as we come to 4 laps to go here in the stage. Ryan Truex just put Tony Burleson a lap down and continues to essentially be the pace car for this whole field. Greg Vielle and Greg Ostrander in a Greg on Greg battle right now. Ryan Zunk now starting to work on Greg Ostrander. In the 6th position, he has been behind most of the championship drivers this evening, and seeing how quick the 40 of Ryan Truex is, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not talking strategy in the 23. See if they can't get him off cycle to whatever the other championship drivers do. Let's see if that will put him in a position to win here. I think tires being pretty important, though. It's going to be hard for him to try anything like, say, stay out during this stage break coming up, as Tyler Truex now has been passed by the 26 of Greg Vielle, who continues his tear to the front. Tyler Truex a whole 10 seconds behind his cousin in the 40. Dennis Seeley says his Jersey pick is Ryan and his Southern pick is Roger. Well, I don't know if you're allowed to get 2 picks, but if you are, I'll take those picks. Somebody maybe in the comment section just let me know on the rules if you're allowed to pick 2. If you're allowed to pick 2, then I pick 4. We come to the end of stage number 1. Ryan Truex will win it in dominating fashion. And the caution will come out here. It's going to take a little while to get this top 10 across the line. Once they do it, Ryan Truex will be your winner in stage number 1. Roger Diebold in 2nd, and Greg Vielle working himself all the way up into the 3rd position.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And as the caution comes out, the pace car will collect the field. And we'll get ready for our first round of pit stops. Let's see if we can't talk to... listen in. No, we better not do that. No, we know we'll get some cussing. Hey, Justin Clapper, it's Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Got you on the clear, Bo. How's it going, buddy? Sorry, I'm trying to not get hit the back end of this 420 here, but got you on the clear, bud.
Yeah, that green 420 thing is high and all over the track. I just wanted to kind of maybe get a little insider information on what the strategy would be here. Our 4 playoff guys, I would imagine, are going to run the same strategy as they come in now. Looks like you're going to go ahead and stay out.
Oh, actually, I'm a lap down right now, Bo. Unfortunately,
fair.
Yeah, I got some damage. I was hanging on there, and unfortunately, ended up hanging on to stay on the racetrack, but put me a lap down, so we're going to have to come down pit road, get that damage fixed up. But hopefully stay here. I believe I'll be in the lucky dog spot when we go back green, so I'll have to just kind of hang out and hope it plays in my favor.
Well, it looks like all of our Championship 4 drivers are in, and they are almost pitting all together. It looks like Roger Diebold actually is going to almost beat the 40 of Ryan Truex out there, but they'll essentially stay how they were. Tyler Truex does get around Greg Vielle, but all of them took 4 tires. I would assume tires are pretty important at a place like this.
Yeah, tires are insanely important. I know my crew chief was warning me of tire wear with about 10 to go. A lot of guys came down pit road, took tires there. Not sure if they maybe had a blown tire or was getting to a point of uncontrollability. And we're kind of on ice skates out here. So definitely if you get any kind of damage to your car. So I can only imagine how hard these front runners are working.
Oh, they're working hard. I see you going down in the pits, and I'll let you work hard and your team work hard at Champion Motorsports.
10-4, thanks, buddy.
Let's see if we can't get the 38 of Roger Diebold back into the booth here. Hey, Roger, it's Bo up in the broadcast booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, so 4 tires was the call there.
Oh, yeah.
I would assume so. I mean, this place is going to eat them up, and the audience is kind of wondering, as the race goes on, do you think there's going to even be room for maybe going off sequence or playing some strategy with tires to try and get yourself in a different situation than the 40, or are 4 freshies just that important?
I mean, they're pretty important. I'm looking at my tires now, and I only had 50% right front left, 65% right rear left, 80% left front, and about 90% left rear. So tires are going to be a big factor here. I don't think unless it's a quick like couple lap deal, I don't think 2 tires is going to be the way to go at all tonight.
I agree with you, watching you guys work it out there, especially if you're going to have to chase that 40 machine. He is dumb fast, but we all love these restarts. Get you all back together. See if you can't get that 38 machine around the 40 here. We'll be pulling for you, sir. We'll let you, and actually give us a good wave there. You're on the TLC Thundercam right now, and you're looking good in that 38 machine.
Cool deal. Cool deal.
Yeah, we'll let you get back to it, sir, and go see if you can't shake things up here in this championship event.
Dude, I'm trying, man. He's fast. I don't know how to get there. I was trying everything. He's just, I mean, that's the difference right there between a professional driver and a bedroom driver. So,
well, you know, I think restarts really matter here, and this is your opportunity to get ahead of them. We'll be watching, see what you can do with that LKN edits machine, and you're a professional in my book.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck, sir.
Thanks.
As the pace car gets ready to pull off, your Champion 4 drivers are right there in front. As they run, it's the 40, the 38, the 69, and the 23.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out, the Thunder rolls, and the 40 gets a great jump on the restart. Into turns 3 and 4, it is all Ryan Truex, with Roger not far behind, though. We were just chatting with him. This is the opportunity to get in front of that 40 if you can. So far, staying right with Ryan. Right now, their best lap times not far off. Ryan Truex has run a 33.185, And Roger has ran a 33.18 flat, so actually just a touch faster than Ryan Truex here. But I think, sometimes that's what happens when you're chasing the rabbit. Behind them, Tyler Truex getting some pressure from the 40 of Greg Ostrander. He was getting pressure from the 26 of Greg Vial. Greg and Greg show. Roger Debo not letting the 40 get away. He is close. Now Roger right there. Is he going to be able to get under the 40 entering this corner? I mean, he is there and all over the 40. Ryan Truex, knowing he wants to use the bottom, has taken that lane away. Roger was saying that the bottom is where it's at. He may have to go to the top to get around this 40. It's going to be hard to get Ryan Truex to make a mistake here. The more pressure you put on him, the better chance you have. Roger trying to get a little bit of clean air on his nose. Meanwhile, behind them, the 90 of Greg Ostrander moves around the 69 of Tyler Truex. People making a gutsy move there to the outside, but not able to get any clear room. But it is these two walking away with it right now. In the 38 of Roger Debo, that LKN edits machine. 40 starting to walk away just a little bit. They both put down their fastest laps. Right now, just trying to get away from each other. Ryan Truex now with the faster lap. He has a 33.029. Roger running a 33.076 now. So both almost able to take off 2/10 off of their times. The butt end of Ryan Truex stick out just a little bit there. That shows you just how on the edge these drivers are and potentially could be using up a little too much tire. Go to lap 90 here in stage number 2 before our next break, and the way these guys are performing, I wouldn't be shocked if we go green all the way there. Back through the pack, looks like we may have had an issue with the 69 of Tyler Truex. He's fallen all the way back to 8th. Check in and see what happened with looks like doesn't look like he made any contact with the wall. That he is just really struggling in that 69 machine right now. It does, looking back at it, that seems to be the case. He is the lowest of our Championship 4 drivers right now. All the way back in the 8th position. Ryan Zunk right ahead of him. Chase Leahy ahead of Ryan Zunk, almost makes contact with the wall there. Trying to use that high line and make it work. So you can hear how loose it is doing that. definite speed up there, but you gotta watch it. That wall will come out and grab you. You can actually see all the marks there on the wall from drivers making contact. While back at the front, it is still Truex versus Diebold. Ostrander now actually starting to catch this group. They had themselves a substantial lead over the field. Ryan Zunk now actually making a pass into Robert Walton. The 23 car has looked good tonight. He hasn't been able to show any speed against the 40, but then again, really no one has. See another Go Roger pick in the chat section. He's looking good. Able to stick with the 40 still. Now he's trying to get kind of a different line. See if maybe that will work, getting around him, I mean, but goodness, he is really right there. Is the 40 trying to save stuff and the 38's not allowing it? Is it a bit of cat and mouse going on? Right now, neither driver willing to give up the bottom. Is the 90 of Greg Ostrander, just kind of watching. Wonder if he'll maybe use a different line. Doesn't look like it. Everyone's just loving this bottom, which is different really for Homestead. Usually there's so... Whoa, that's really high for the 90, almost out of the groove. Usually there are a couple lanes here. Right now, it is definitely the bottom prevailing, as Roger had said. 90 is here now. So this is going to turn into a 3-car battle. And 4 if they keep it up with Greg Biel in hot pursuit. Tyler Truex has worked himself up to 7th place. As he gets around Matt Garrett. Chase Leahy, who was using and still is using that high line, has fallen back a bit. Getting even closer for the 38 of Roger Diebold. Greg Ostrander using that kind of gliding up out of the corner to see what speed that can gain him, and so far it's working. Well, like Larry would say, if all you do all day long is follow the leader, all you're going to do all day long is follow the leader. I think it's about time Roger just gives it a whirl, because I mean, go up top, see what happens after a few laps of trying it. I don't think he did a lot of high line use in practice, but Greg Ostrander is going to make him do it here in a second if he doesn't try it. Who knows, maybe that will be what he needs to get around this 40, because Ryan Truex isn't going to give you the bottom, that's for sure. He's made the bottom work all day long, and he's going to keep doing it. Right now that the 90 is probably a little faster than the 38. And if you remember the practice session, the 90 was at sometimes faster than the 40. So Ryan Truex maybe now just hoping that, hey, the 38 plays a little bit of defense and keeps him back there. The drivers meeting. Justin White, our race control operator, told everybody to be mindful of the playoff drivers, give them room. Run your race, but reiterating, give them room. And you can see the 90 doing that right now, but I do think he wants to get around that 38 for sure. You can see him kind of courteously let out of the throttle there a little bit when Roger touched the apron. I'm just watching this battle go on. Greg Vielle actually now working under the 90 of Greg Ostrander. These two getting the room they want, but it's letting these other two kind of catch up. Now a battle between them. Back in the pack, Cameron Henn just passed David Hall for 15th place. And Dustin Stallings just went around Josh Koner for the 9th position. Roger Diebold is so close, just not able to make it work yet. Here's the distance.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And the yellow flag waves. We'll have to see why. The 38 was just beginning to work on the 40 even harder. It doesn't look like there is any incident reports out on the track. Nevertheless, caution is out. Check in with race control and see exactly what that caution was for. The pace car catches them. I can imagine pit crews are going to be getting ready. As the pits open up, 40 and the 38 shoot down pit lane. And essentially so does the entire field. Tires so important here. And they're going to stop in and get them while they're hot. Roger Diebold sucks right up to the 40. Can he make the pit stop work? His stall's a bit behind because he didn't get that qualifying position he wants. The 40 and the 69, they get the primo pit stop position. Roger Diebold is out and pulling away. Not the fastest stop, though. Greg Vielle beats him, and Tyler Truex with an insanely slow stop. Actually, his stop wasn't that bad, but everybody else's was just that much better. He's going to fall back a few positions. Ryan Truex does get back out in front. That pit stall number 1 works for him. And Greg Vielle able to get around Roger Diebold to take second place. That's going to make this restart even harder. As we go to lap 90 for stage number 2. Take a quick second to thank our sponsors and be right back live for the start. Or for the restart, I should say. This is the Janine Seely Photography Championship Race.
Whoa, whoa, clear out the room, I'm coming through, they wanna see what I'm about. Yeah, I got skills, do it for the thrill, I'm on a paper route. Extra, read about it.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC Custom Lawn Sprinklers. I want to wish everybody a safe race during the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. We provide custom automatic underground lawn sprinkler solutions to folks in Maryland, Northern Virginia, and the DC areas. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342.
RL Productions Commercial Advertising. Promoting your success story. Affordable cross-platform strategies. Tailored to your ideal audience. Serving Maryland business with global brand elevation. For more, visit rlproductioncrew.com.
Tiki Lee's Dock Bar is Maryland's newest island oasis. Put your boat in the slip, toes in the sand, and a drink in your hand. Featuring heat-crushing crushes, the frostiest frozen concoctions, and brews both local and domestic. The kitchen serving up savory seafood and the best pub grub in town, including our gigantic Chesapeake crab pretzel. Tiki Lee's is fun for the whole family and for friends. Only minutes from Hart Miller Island and over 60 boat slips, too. Tiki Lee's Dock Bar in Sparrows Point off of Exit 42. Have a staycation that feels like a vacation.
Back live at the JS Photography Championship race in Homestead-Miami Speedway as the pace car gets ready to pull off here, and we're going to finalize stage number 2.
Green.
The Thunder rolls, and Ryan Truex blows their doors off on the restart once again. Oh, and they're wrecking in the back. Looks like the 9 of Josh Koner goes around.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And a bunch of cars wrecking now. The 89 of Cole Gadgedoris involved. The 11 of Brandon Cash. A lot of cars in the field get turned around. And we are on our first incident caution of the evening at lap 77. Go back and see what happened with the 9. Looks like he gets way loose into the 34, and they kind of just stack up from that point. The 9 actually never loses it. It's primarily the 42 of Dustin Stallings that gets the most damage here. Oh, the 89 of Cole Gadgedoris. Oh, and the 11 of Brandon Cash. Dang it, more serious damage for him. I think Tony Burleson actually had a pretty good view of this one. Look out, see what he saw. Oh, he gets loose when he sees them getting loose, and kind of starts a second instant here. He starts to back her down. Oh, the 63 with some nice driving getting through there. Let's see what the 63 saw. Great piece of driving by the 63 as he made it through there. Go back and look at that at half speed and see if we can't dial up the 63. Justin Clapper, it's Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Bo, I was hoping you would get a hold of me, sir.
Wow, you had what we would call a front row seat and some popcorn for that one. We're watching it now back in half speed. Boy, oh boy.
I have never felt like Cole Trickle so much in my life. It just kind of hung on and watched everybody wreck around me. And, man, back on the lead lap, P13, and a lucky one there.
Well, it looked like a lot of fun, sweet piece of driving. Time to get that 63 Thunderclap Short Track Challenge machine back towards the front for the first time here tonight. It's going to be a tall order, though, trying to catch that 40 of Ryan Truex.
Yes, sir. Track conditions are changing tremendously. Kind of into my favor right now a little bit. Definitely handling a lot better. Starting to learn what the track's going to do as the sun starts to set completely here. Working lap 80 of 150 and made it through that wreck just barely, but with no incident. Had a little 4X incident earlier on with the 9, but got that taken care of. And 4 freshies on this thing, 10 laps to go in stage 2. Let's get on to it and see what she's got.
Well, sounds good, sir. We're going to watch it live here on the restart. I'm sure the restarts are crazy every single time, with, especially on these used tires. We will watch that 63 machine go through the field and hopefully get some stage points here.
Yes, sir. We're going to go for it.
That's Justin Clapper, our league commissioner and race reporter and wreck missing aficionado right there. Did a great job avoiding the wreck. Dennis Seeley and the Crick crew chimed in and said, great racing. And you are right, sir. That was great racing all around. Fortunate for those involved, but I don't think anybody really had to use their fast repair. There was a lot of cars wrecking, but no one was up to full speed, so if anything, maybe the 11 of Brandon Cash had to work some kinks out. But everybody back out on the track now. Cameron Hennessy coming up, sucking up to the field after fixing his damage. Right now, he is our first car 1 lap down. The 420 of Nikolai Jardin is 3 laps down, and Brandon Cash, fortunately, sitting 23rd, 4 laps back. You just hate to see it out of that 11 machine. Well, pace car's getting ready to peel off here. Roger Diebold's going to start on the outside after getting around Greg Vielle on that short restart. Let's see how he sees.
Green flag, green flag.
The Thunder rolls in the 40, launches off the restart once again. So dominant on the restarts here at Homestead. Now the 23 of Ryan Zunk starting to work on Greg Vielle. He's the best this 23's looked all day. Gets a little loose on exit there. He's got Greg Ostrander all over him now, and the 69 of Tyler Truex going around him. Way loose for the 69 of Tyler Truex. He gathers it back up as they shoot down the backstretch. That 69 machine just does not look happy with the 69, with the 23 on its back bumper. Ryan Zunk starts to move to the inside. And actually, it looks like the 23 loses some space there. Ryan Truex pulling away from the 38 more than he did on the earlier restarts. Perhaps Roger has used up a bit too much tire.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And it looks like another caution plagues the Speedway. There's an incident with the 9 of Josh Koner. Let's see exactly what happened here. Set us back a ways. I'm not seeing anything that would have... Oh, it looks like the 11 actually of Brandon Cash and the 79 of Tony Barrelson. So here is your live action. Let's jump on the 79 and see how he ran into issues here. Got Robert Walton on his outside, and as he comes off the corner, Brandon Cash loses it, and then the 79 just not clear of the 66. Comes down, and really nothing the 66 can do there. You can see exactly what the 66 saw. Yeah, you see it right there, just not clear, dude. Tony Burleson, just maybe a spotter told him that he'd have it, and just didn't expect the 66 to have that much speed off the corner. The 11 of Brandon Cash also with significant damage under that caution. Like he just gets severely loose, and actually looks like he gets a little bit of air. Whee! 11 of Brandon Cash gets some air on the paint there. That's no fun. 11 cars doing just about everything except stay out of trouble here tonight. Well, as we go over that, we've had a bit of a change in the guard. Looks like the 40 of Ryan Truex went down pit road. Let's see who all followed him as differing strategies start. See if we can't talk to Roger Diebold about it. Let's see how the pit stops took place there. Looks like the 69 went in, as well as the 66 of Robert Walton. Josh Koner went in. A couple different guys went in there. It's going to put... It's really just going to completely shake things up, as now you see Ryan Truex back in 13th position. You've got Tyler Truex just in front of him in 12th. They're going to be coming full steam ahead on new tires. Let's see if now, since we know that we're not going green this time, if we can't dial up the 38. Roger Diebold, it's Bo up in the booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir.
Well, we talked differing strategies earlier, and looks like now you are in said differing strategies as the 40 and 69 pull down pit road. That puts you and Zunk in a position on old tires, but with the track position.
Yeah. I chose to stay out there and try to. I mean, I think it's gonna be like a 1 or 2 lap shootout here, but it's gonna be real tight on fuel come the end of the race. So I'm trying to just put myself in the best position, fuel and tire wise, for that third stage.
Well, I like it. I would always rather make sure that I have enough fuel to get me there, especially if I know I have someone who's been really quick in front of me most of the day. I think you played a smart strategy there. We will look to see this 38 lead its first laps of this championship race here on the restart. While we got you here, why don't you tell us a little bit about LKN Edits and what you guys are able to provide down in your area?
So what we do mainly, we do any kind of photography, videography. I also have a drone. We can do aerial footage. Also, you get the editing in there, obviously, with it. Mainly, I've been doing a lot of racing stuff, just floating around, traveling, just travel pictures, and I've done a couple fishing tournaments. But looking to do a whole lot more in the next couple years here and grow the business and just kind of see where it takes me.
Well, it's an exciting venture. I look forward in getting an RL Productions LKN Edits, what would they call it, feature together here soon. But for now, let's watch you blow the doors off them on the restart. Good luck to you, sir.
10-4, thank you.
As Roger gets ready to peel down.
Green flag, green flag.
And he blows the doors off the 26, similar to the 40. Controlling that restart seems to really matter here. You see the restart on the Thundercam there and how he goes through the gears. One hand on the wheel, the other on the stick. Back live here as he is getting some pressure now from the 26 and 23 of Ryan Zunk, who is going to try and make the most out of this stage number 2, treating it like it's the end of the race.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And that will be the end of stage number 2. This is your top 10. Clap able to get some stage points, and Tyler Truex fights back for 10th position. Ryan Truex kind of stayed back there in 13th, I think, playing it smart, knowing that he has essentially the fastest car here tonight, and just using his strategy to his advantage. He will, for all purposes here, not reclaim the lead, but will be right with the front runners after they cycle through pit stops, as the 38, 26, 23, and essentially the rest of the top 10, except for Tyler Truex, will need to come down onto pit road. As they get ready to catch the pace car here and get situated before they head down pit road, we will take our first RL Production sponsored Rolling Thunder and watch the pit stops take place live.
Hey, Bob Carr here with TLC Custom Lawn Sprinklers. I want to wish everybody a safe race during the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. We provide custom automatic underground lawn sprinkler solutions to folks in Maryland, Northern Virginia, and the DC areas. Give us a call here at the office, 410-721-2342.
Back live at the JS Photography Championship race at Homestead-Miami Speedway. And even stranger strategy, the 40 of Ryan Truex came back down pit road and got service yet again. We'll go back and see if he took tires. He may very well have, which would be an interesting call to take tires and then take tires again. He may have just topped off on fuel. He beat most of our leaders out on pit road. Looks like as he comes in, he indeed does just take fuel only. And that is what affords him the opportunity to be 6 on the board right now. Smart veteran play by a real-life professional National Series driver. Ryan Truex in the 40 Marquis Spa. You can see him in the Camping World Truck Series as well as the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He's also made some cup starts in his career and had a very, very fortunate and exciting National Series career as of now, and I'm sure the future has the best to come for the 40 of Ryan Truex. He's getting a lot of good practice here in Thunderclap, kicking everybody's butts week in and week out. Right now, as it sits, it will be Tyler Truex, your leader when we go green. He's got the 55 of David Burns, Seth Gadgedoris, Greg Allstrainer, and Cole Gadgedoris in the top 5 behind him. some newcomers up front with the differing strategies. We've got just over 50 laps to go. Let's check in with our chat and see how everybody is doing. Tell me, we're past the halfway point here. Have any of you changed your picks? I gotta say, my pick hasn't changed. It's going to be Roger Diebold with the upset here. At 38, the dirty 8, as it were, is going to find a way to get the win. I bet a lot of you want to put that 40 of Ryan Truex up there with the win. You see, Josh Koner said he tried to stop. I know the feels, bro. Sometimes it is not easy getting on that pit lane. That's a skill all in itself. Feel for you and hope to see the 9 car make some better laps out here, as he was involved in that incident early on. All part of the fun in Thunderclap.
Green flag.
In Thunderclap, as Tyler Truex blows the doors off yet again on the restart. Whoever can control it seems to have all the space. Now, Tyler Truex did it unlike anybody else. He's put some serious distance on the other guys. And the 40 of Ryan Truex back here, 3 wide, working under Cole Gadgedoris and David Burns, wasting no time, saying, I would like to have the lead back again. Thank you. On board the 40 now. Whoa, gets super loose, and he slides up the track. Huge save. They're 3 wide entering turn number 1, and Ryan Truex is the sandwich meat. Roger Diebold, he's trying to come in there and be the pickle on the sandwich.
Caution is out. Caution is out.
And this sandwich is going to have to wait, as the caution is out yet again. These cautions are breeding cautions tonight. It's like Tommy Allen Jr. ran into some problems. Oh, the 63 of Justin Clapper starts the incident. It's like coming off the corner. 63 just gets loose and tries everything he can to save it. Hits the 9, the 11, then the 88 gets plucked. On from there. You just hate to see it. See exactly what the 88 saw. Sees the 63 loose and he thinks, I can get around it. Oh, just clipped. Not able to get around it. That's how close it was for the 88 being clear. So you see the 63 start to get loose ahead of him, watching at half speed off of his right front camera. And see, the 63 almost has it saved. And the 88 hammers down. Oof. And that was all it took for the 88 to get into that one. Hard contact for everybody involved. He's now pitting. Getting, it looks like his fast repair. Tony Burleson also on pit road. Everybody involved pulled down. Tommy Allen Jr., Anthony Burleson, Dustin Stallings. 63 of Justin Clapper, I believe, is still on pit road. Actually, he just came off. Looks like a fast repair was used as that 63 Thunderclap Short Track Challenge is looking clean. Gives us an opportunity to actually talk about the Thunderclap Short Track Challenge, a new series coming in the winter heat months. We will have a super late model series to essentially be how this season was our first invitational, our first inaugural season, inviting everyone to join. We will decide on a final roster for the Thunderclap Stock Car Series in 2022, but not before we run the Short Track Challenge, which will be open invitation to any and all drivers, and drivers directly from that Short Track Challenge will be selected to participate in the 2022 season of the Thunderclap Stock Car Series. So be sure to join that series this winter. Broadcast notes will be brought up at a later time. I actually will not be broadcasting that series because I will be competing myself, taking the winner off from the broadcast myself and getting myself back behind the wheel. So certainly looking forward to that. Find us on Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational on Facebook and find out more information about joining our Thunderclap Short Track Challenge this winter. Hashtag what off season. Back up front, you've got the 69 of Tyler Truex out front. Gives us an opportunity for another plug. This is the JS Photography Championship race. JS Photography, based out of West Creek, New Jersey, specializes in professional portraits, racing hero cards, or family photo sessions by one of the best photographers in the New Jersey area, Janine Seeley. JS Photography is currently starting bookings for the holiday season. That's right, JS is very close with the man in the red suit, and you can get that special moment captured with your family and old St. Nick himself. For more information, contact Janine Seeley at 609-709-2316. And fellow drivers, some of you in this race, some of you watching at home, be sure to contact Janine Seeley of JS Photography for your 2022 hero cards as well. She takes fantastic photos of your car going around the track, whether that be local to the New Jersey area or national. Look forward to seeing all of Janine's work this winter as well as in the 2022 season. And we thank JS Photography for sponsoring this Championship Wednesday. Lights are off on the pace car. As it runs right now, these are your Championship 4. Tyler Truex, if the race ended, would be your champion. Can he hold on? Let's see as the pace car gets ready to pull off. It's Truex and Truex with Roger Diebold and Ryan Zunk not far behind.
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag is out, and we are back racing at Homestead. Ryan Truex clears the 38 of Roger Diebold on the outside. And they have a traffic jam in front of them with the 89, the 90, and the 4. I feel like Ryan Truex is going to do something crazy here. Got the 38 hot on his bumper. I think this is going to be where the 40 makes its move. And it looks like he's going to think otherwise. He wanted to go 3 wide there. Oh, the 89 up in the wall. Can he keep it straight? So far, so good. Don't want to make contact with the leaders, but they're 3 wide now going down the backstretch. Oh, Roger Diebold gets really tight on entry. He's able to gather it back up, but they are still 3 wide off the corner. This is intense and not where the playoff drivers want to be right now. It's like the 40 of Ryan Truex should clear Cole Gadjadoris here, but Cole is making that outside work even after that contact. He's showing that this track has cooled down and there is speed out there, as he ran much faster than the 38 along the outside that lap. Well, he comes back down the track, and almost immediately you can see how much slower it is. Roger Diebold still working on the 89. Meanwhile, Tyler Truex maintains the front leader. but you can see the 40 Marquis Spa machine circling the wagon, as it were. Roger Diebold back to the rear bumper of the 40. Him and Greg Vielle cleared the 89, the 90, and the 4, who actually, it looks like the 4 getting way loose off entry, and the 23 of Ryan Zunk back in this fight now, as the other leaders had to work around that group. Championship 4 as they are right now on the track. 40 getting all types of pressure from the 38. This is intense action here with under 50 laps to go. All 4 of our championship drivers right there with the championship in sight. Roger Diebold looks to the inside of the 40, gets the door shut on him. Going to significantly hurt his speed. Greg Vielle still letting them battle it out. I think he could have moved to the inside of the 43 there, or the 38 there, and chose not to do it. Roger going to give maybe a little bump to the 40, saying, look, I'm getting sick and tired of reading about these spas on the back of your car, pal. Get my championship graphic out of here before it makes someone go blind. Your top 3 right now. Your top 3 championship drivers all season long. It has been these 3 cars since we started back in February. The 69 of Tyler Truex dominated a lot of our short tracks this season. Roger Diebold was our super speedway ace, and Ryan Truex dominated anywhere he felt like, and if he showed up, you knew that it was you and the rest of the field and whatever Ryan Truex wanted to let you catch up to him with. But for now, the 38 of Roger Diebold, your regular season overall champion. He won the Truck Series champion, the Xfinity Series champion, and the Cup championship. Now, fighting for the overall Thunderclap Stock Car Series championship ring. Making it around Ryan Truex and making it look easy out there getting off the corner. I think as the sun went down, it's favoring the 38 of Roger Diebold. Up into the TLC Thundercam and see what it looks like for that 38. See the focus on Roger. He has the 69 only in front of him. Like the 40 of Ryan Truex gets way loose, and now he's getting passed by Greg Vielle. Something not working for the 40 of Ryan Truex anymore. Thank you, TLC Incorporated, for the Thundercam all season long, and thank you, Roger Diebold, for being our championship Thundercam driver this evening. Tyler Truex continues to lead in the 69. Business has completely picked up. 38 moves to the outside, and the door is shut by the 69. Roger Diebold has put the third fastest lap down on the track this run with a 32.9. Only Ryan Truex and Greg Vielle have been faster with 32.85s. Roger Diebold now trying again to work the outside on the 69 of Tyler Truex. Unable to do it so far, as Ryan Truex is marred in 4th position behind the 26 of Greg Vielle. Ryan Zunk has fallen all the way back to 7th, but he has a great view of all of this. You see a little bit of damage on the front end. Looks like he was trying to use the top end earlier. And of course, just as I go to check in on Ryan Zunk, Roger Diebold makes the pass on Tyler Truex, and Greg Vielle does so as well. Let's go back and look at how he made it happen. Off the corner, he was able to get to the outside of the 69. Greg Vielle gives him a push, and that's a teammate. A teammate helps the other guy, the enemy, get around, and the 69 glides up the track almost to tell him, like, dude, whose side are you on? And the 38 checks out and is now your leader with Greg Vielle right behind. And back into our Thundercam. Full, complete focus out of the 38. Roger Diebold starting to pull away at a time that it is necessary. Can Greg Vielle play spoiler once again? He played spoiler earlier this season in the playoffs, as the Truexes now battle each other. Up to 6th position is Justin Clapper. He said we could do it, and I'm going to do it. He says he wants SRX style. Let's give him a taste of it. Justin Clapper, it's Bo up in the broadcast booth. You got me, sir.
Yes, sir. Got you loud and clear.
Up to P6. You've got all this playoff action in front of you. What does it look like out your front mirror?
Man, one thing I'm amazed about is how well everybody's running the bottom up here. Starting to level out right now on tires. And starting to kind of feel that right now, adjusting my brake bias a little bit, kind of hoping I can stick with this pack. But I'm a little shocked to see the fall off of Ryan Truex. I'm seeing that Tyler is up here ahead of him right now, and kind of curious to see what might be going through the head of that 40 car.
Well, I wonder if because he has the oldest tires out of all of them, they're about 5 laps older, as Greg Vielle almost makes contact with the 38 of Roger Diebold, as Roger reclaims the lead after losing it just for a second, and the 69 of Tyler Truex fights along the outside of the 26. These guys are essentially teammates, and we watched the 26 pass the 38, but Justin, last race of the season, there aren't no teammates. We're out here trying to win.
Absolutely, especially when you got a championship on the line, and these championship drivers are racing really, really hard. And you see Ryan Zunk, he's found the afterburners here. He's going to be wanting to get up in the mix here soon, so keep an eye on that 23 machine as well.
I think you're right. He has been the slower of the 4, but the more they keep playing back and forth with each other, Ryan's able to save some tire, and he's fighting his way back up through the field as he just went around Justin Clapper in the 63. We're following along right now with the 38. We'll send you back to Champion Motorsports, Justin. Just wanted to get your view out that front windshield as you've got that 63 short track challenge machine into the top 10 here.
10-4, buddy.
Roger Diebold still your leader, doing what need be done. It's just over 30 laps to... Wait, what's math? 30-something laps to go, something like that. Don't make me do math right now. There's a championship on the line. Tyler Truex stalking now the 38 of Roger Diebold, and, Clapp mentioned it. Where did Ryan Truex go? Is it because he didn't have traffic to worry about earlier in the race? Is it because his tires are, I would say, like 4 laps older than the rest of the field? But he didn't really have a lot to use there. Or is it even worse for the competition? Is the 40 just playing with them, saving the fuel because he knows it's going to be short here at the end, and he's going to turn it on here in about 15 laps or so and try and get around all these guys. Who knows? Right now, we heard Roger Diebold talking earlier about how it was going to be close on fuel. Well, he's not able to save anything up here in the lead, especially with nobody's getting out of sight of him. His rearview mirror is full of Tyler Truex racing machines, and that is going to make him be hard on the pedal. So that is the distance right now, and even if the 26 goes around the 69, it's not going to be any better for the 38 because the 26 has shown speed all race long. Remember, he started all the way back in the 22nd position and has been in the top 5 basically ever since we started following that story. And, well, Ryan Truex, well, he dominated the first half of this race, and he's 4th. So no let-up for the 38 of Roger Diebold. He's getting after it. We're going to let him keep focusing right now. I know sometimes he likes me to SRX him, but I can only imagine that right now is not the time to SRX this guy. Is almost what your championship looks like. Switch the 69 in the 40. Your 4 championship drivers right now, if the race were to end, Roger Diebold would be your 2021 Thunderclap Series champion. And he would run the gauntlet, winning every single championship award this season. The Trucks, Xfinity, and Cup. See that someone is pulling for their roommate. Roger, is there? Let's see here. We'll jump in here because I can't see the Facebook comments through the broadcast. Let's go back and look. Andrew Fuller chimes in, says he is pulling for his roommate Roger. Thank you, Andrew, for jumping in. Christy Diebold, thank you as well for jumping in here and watching along. See Janine, our awesome sponsor here, and Kyle Newkirk, one of our assistant admins in the chat as well. We thank all of you. And another Roger supporter as he continues to lead here. Zach McAllister, thank you for checking in. I'm with you guys, indeed. Let's go, Roger. He was my pick to pull the upset on the 40. He's getting pressure right now, though, from Tyler Truex, as the 26 and 40 seem to lay back a bit, but these 5 have separated themselves from the rest of the field. Right now, it looks like if we stay where we are, it's going to be decided between them. Tyler Truex running where he started. He has a fast lap of 32.94. That's a whole hundredth off of Roger Diebold's 32.9 flat. Behind them, you've got Greg Vielle in the 26. He's ran to 32.87 with Ryan Truex behind him with a 32.85. Blistering speeds out here as we come to 20 laps to go in the JS Photography Championship race. Everything seems nice and calm on the track, but is it? Are these guys just waiting for the opportune moment to strike? So Greg Vielle makes a move inside of the 69. Oh, and glides up and almost gets into the 69. There's going to be some serious, come on, mans, from the 69 crew chat channels. That's going to maybe cost the position to Greg Vielle from Ryan Truex, as he had to let out of the throttle so much. Matt Ranis now checking in, saying, let's go, Roger. We got a lot of Roger Diebold supporters as he takes the lead. Sometime it's like Goku. If he could just let everyone on planet Earth hear him and give him his strength, then he could take the... I'm nerding. Never mind. Stop. Don't listen to me. Roger Diebold continues to lead like Goku, getting ready to do a spirit bomb on the Championship 4. These static cameras give you a feel of just how fast around this track they're going, even on these used tires. Looks like one car, realizing the necessity of doing something different. Ryan Zunk using the high line now. Oh, almost scrapes the wall there, trying to do anything new he can to get back up to these leaders as his championship hopes are beginning to fade. Ryan Zunk has had an awesome season. He won our Day Terror 250, our event at Daytona with the Xfinity cars. Everyone wore a Halloween-specific scheme, and I tell you what, this Applejack Halloween scheme terrorized the field on a last lap pass that saw him lock himself into the Championship 4. It was an amazing last lap, and it showed why he deserved to be here in this Championship 4, and his 7th place running right now proves why the 23 of Ryan Zunk is a championship caliber driver in the Thunderclap Stock Car Series. Check back in on Ryan Truex. Remember, he dominated earlier in this race, led essentially the whole first two-thirds of this race. He had a 7-second lead at one point over second place. Now, not the speed that he wants. He's sitting in 4th place right now. You gotta wonder, is he saving? Is he gonna make a move? Or did he not anticipate being marred in traffic and wasn't prepared for that car handling this way in traffic? Tyler Truex, we followed him all season long. He's won at all of the short tracks, it feels like. He's dominated so many different events just to find himself taken out late in the event. He's a firecracker out there on the track and a firecracker in the headset sometimes. One of the most fun drivers we have in this series. And love seeing that 69 up front and love seeing that Dover contracting machine doing what it has done all season long, be in the top 5, be in the conversation, and be ready to strike for the win at any point in time. As Roger Diebold does not come up and throw the block where he could have, and that's given the 69 the opportunity to get around the 38. They make contact entering turns 1 and 2. They're still side by side leaning on each other. Roger didn't throw the block. They're going to be 3 wide for the lead on the backstretch. Who will lead it as they enter into 3 and 4? Greg Vielle says, I want a taste too. He's going to keep it down low. Roger Diebold powers through in the center. Can he take the lead back? They're still 3 wide for the lead at the line. Roger Diebold, Tyler Truex, Greg Vielle, 2 championship drivers and a driver playing spoiler, working every inch of this track to try and reclaim the lead. Is Roger Diebold. Can he get there? Falls in behind the 69 of Tyler Truex, and Tyler Truex, new leader out there on the track. Whew. Breathe, everybody. Roger Diebold now sitting in the 3rd position, has to fall in line behind Greg Vielle with 11 laps to go. If he's going to get this back, it has to be now. Oh, has to get out of the throttle. Was in it too early there. That's going to hurt him on exit. Ryan Truex now getting haunted by the 7 of Matt Garrett and the 42 of Dustin Stallings. I think it's true that the 40 has lost the pace that it had early on. But up front, it's the 69 of Tyler Truex with the 26 of Greg Vielle running defense. And they're starting to walk away from Roger Diebold, who held on to the lead for so long. You don't want to throw a block late in the race, but boy, I feel like if he could have thrown it there, he would have been able to get around the 69, or at least keep the 69 behind him longer. I said get around the 69 because Greg Vielle just passed the 69 for the lead. We talked about it in the pre-race show that it may actually come down to a second or third place finish if someone can play spoiler. And Greg Vielle has played spoiler this season already. Roger has to know now, screw the win. You've got 7 laps left. Go get the 69. There's the distance right now. As Dustin Stallings now is working on the 38. Has Roger used everything he has up to catch the 69? He has to race as hard as he can now. And if I was the 42 of Dustin Stallings, I would take a back seat. Watch this happen because this is going to get exciting here in a minute. And actually, knowing these two, it may be a scenario where the 42 it doesn't look like it now because 42 has gone around the 38 of Roger Diebold. I thought he may be trying to help the 69 get up there. I know the two have had good operations in the past at super speedways, but looks like right now the 38 and the 48 have unfortunately used up too much tire, and really all 4 of these championship drivers are fading through the pack. Tyler Truex now falls in behind Dustin Stallings. But Tyler Truex, man, really didn't lead all day. We talked earlier in the race, he was falling behind and really wasn't the factor that we thought he might be watching the practice session when the 69 and 40 were just locked together. Now, your leader and potential champion. If they were right now, rotate the 38 and the 40, but the 69, Tyler Truex, would be your champion. And he could very well be in 5 laps to go, but the fat lady hasn't sung yet. Let's head one last time to our TLC Thundercam. Check in on Roger Diebold. Still completely focused and dialed in, but the 69 is getting smaller in his rearview mirror as Matt Garrett now goes around him. It is a sea of Tyler Truex racing in front of him, and that is not a fun challenge to face. We thank TLC Incorporated for everything they did all year long, sponsoring our Thundercam and sponsoring so many of our events. We thank Janine Seeley Photography for sponsoring this championship race. We thank all of you viewers for watching this season and watching now as the Dover Contracting Tyler Truex Racing machine looks at what very much could be the inaugural overall championship ring on the finger of the 69 of Tyler Truex. In a lot of ways, this would be how the book should end on the 2021 season for the 69. We saw him go through so many struggles, taken out at Bristol by a few drivers, still able to fight back and get the win, losing it on last lap efforts at Myrtle Beach Speedway that caused him to not get the win when it was in his control, taken out at super speedways by other people's problems, still finding a way to win a bunch of races this season and be in this championship 4. He's going to take the white flag here as his championship hopes are alive and directly in front of his windshield. Greg Vielle still a second ahead with Dustin Stallings ahead of him, but it is third place Tyler Truex coming off of turns 1 and 2. Roger Diebold, a car behind Matt Garrett, watching his championship hopes disappear as all 4 of these drivers' championship hopes disappear, except for the 69 of Tyler Truex. He will win the inaugural Thunderclap Series Championship and get the championship ring on his pinky finger. The 69 of Tyler Truex is your champion. Roger Diebold comes up to congratulate the 69 of Tyler Truex. After a hard-fought 3-wide battle, Matt Garrett gives a kiss to the 69 of Tyler Truex. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your Janine Seeley Photography RL Productions champion moment. Tyler Truex of Tyler Truex Racing wins the championship after a up and down but very, very convincing season. This is why he will be in the first season of the Thunderclap Stock Car Series. Let's listen to this awesome burnout. Whole bunch of drivers coming out to congratulate the 69. It looks like a demolition derby down there with all the cars out there. And dueling bumper burnouts with Jordan Jurassic and the 69 of Tyler Truex, as it is a block party with Tyler Truex racing down at the start-finish line, and the 69 isn't done yet.
How about that, Bo? Our first-time champion, New Jersey's own Tyler Truex will win the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational Championship. Congrats to Greg Vielle and his victory. Incredible, incredible racing all night long, but it's Tyler Truex who is the best of the championship 4 and takes home that championship.
It was an incredible last 30 laps there. Roger Diebold had the lead, and it was commanding the lead until Tyler was able to get along the outside and make the magic happen. Once he got in front of the 38, that was it. It sealed his championship. And altogether, just a fantastic drive by all 4 of our championship drivers who were in the top 10 all race long, never really fell out of it during green flag laps, and really proved why they were deserving in being our championship 4. Look back at our pass here with Tyler Truex getting around 38. I'll go and watch this at half speed here, as I believe you're ready to start driver intros. Aren't you, Justin?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the winner of tonight's race, Greg Vielle, here with us. Greg, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. You got me.
Man, I do, loud and clear. Congratulations. Not only are you the winner tonight, but you are the best of the rest. Congratulations on that free entry fee to the 2022 season. Really looking forward to having you a part of that. We hope you also join us for the Short Track Challenge starting up in December. Stay tuned on that. But take us through your night, my man. A night that was dominated by Ryan Truex early on. didn't really quite get to see how your night went until later in the run when I was able to have fresh tires and get up into the top 10 there. What did it take for you to get that 26 machine to the front?
I mean, I started out 22nd. I didn't even qualify, and I guess everyone burned them up that first day. Oh my God, excuse me. Everyone burned them up that first stage. I ended up driving up to like third or fourth. And then yeah, we pretty much stayed there all night. I don't know what happened at the end. I guess they burned them up, but car felt good, and we were able to bring her to victory lane one last time.
Well, Greg, we were actually following in the broadcast how you were able to go from 22nd up to the top 5 and essentially never leave it. I'm with you that it seemed like it was a tire battle, but when you're seeing the playoff drivers battling it out like that, I love the tenacity. You being like, well, actually, no, I kind of want to win the race too. What's going through your mind when you're 3 wide with the 69 and the 38 and you're on the inside? We've got it playing now on the broadcast. It was an intense pass. How are you able to make that work this late in the run?
I mean, I knew I was quick. I knew if I could just get the lead, I could probably just drive off and stay there. It's the championship race. I know these guys want to win it, but it's the last race of the season. So do I. I want it bad too. So we were able to get it done. It feels good. And congratulations to Tyler Truex for winning the championship, and looking forward to next season.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations again on the win. Before we get on to our championship winner, we want to interview our second place driver real quick, Dustin Stallings in the 42. Podium finish for you, sir. Take us through your night and what it was like to battle up there with the championship contenders and get that podium spot.
Yeah, I just started the race. Wasn't really quite comfortable with the car, but felt like as the run went on in the first stage, felt like I could at least have a top 5 car, but I just got caught up in some mess and damage, had to get it fixed. And so I pretty much hung around the back all race until that last stage. And my strategy kind of worked out. I was able to save my tires, and it was a little intense racing around these playoff guys, but as many times as I've come close to pulling off my first win this season as I wanted it bad, but I just come up short. But yeah, hats off to Greg for winning the race, and want to congratulate Tyler on winning the championship. And it was definitely a tight race for those guys.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations to you. We're looking forward to having you in the future of this league and going forward as we look at the short track challenge coming up, as well as the 2022 season. That's Dustin Stallings and the 42, also known as the Chick Hicks of the Thunderclap.
The Chigga.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, third position finisher and newly crowned champion of the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational, the Fancy Ring is making its way northbound to New Jersey with a beautiful number 69 on it. Tyler Truex, you are the inaugural Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational champion.
That's awesome. Appreciate everything you guys are doing, putting this all together for us. What a good race that was all the way around through the whole field. I mean, we only had, I think, 1 or 2 cautions with incidents. So great racing for everybody. Really great racing. The rest of the second half to 3/4 of that year of this season was awesome racing when it came down to the playoffs. So hats off to everyone. I appreciate everyone's help. It's good racing with a bunch of teammates, and practicing during the week and stuff, and being able to bounce ideas off of them guys during the race and what we're doing and what we're doing wrong. It's nice to have a couple guys doing the same strategies and trying to do the same stuff. So appreciate all them. Greg, congrats on him on the win, and Dustin on second. That was good racing. So appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. And the other question I got for you is, were you a little concerned when those non-playoff drivers were up there battling with you like that? And I know Greg being a teammate, but up there with him and Dustin, you got Matt Garrett around you as well. Were you a little concerned having to race those guys as well as Roger, Ryan, and Zunk?
yeah, I mean, it's crazy how tight the top championship four were. I mean, pretty much showed that we were all belonged to be here. I mean, Greg won the regular season championships. Congrats to him on that. So he was up there, obviously belonged to be up there with us. And us four, I mean, it was pretty much us four, the top five the entire race. So hats off to every one of us for showing up and really essentially coming here with their A games.
Tyler, we truly appreciate everything you did this season. You were one of the most exciting drivers to watch throughout the season with your intense ability to get around guys and your intense ability to find yourself into whatever kind of finishing situation was there. We were talking when you were leading there, your issues at Bristol that you overcame, some of your other short track defeats and wins. I mean, just some of the most exciting moments this season involved that 69 car, and I can't wait to see what you're able to do as we go through the rest of the seasons. Is there any sponsors or any team members that you'd like to shout out as our champion this year?
Yeah, I got to thank all my real sponsors, Dover Construction, Richmar Floors, Molecule Sports, All Facts Paint. There's a lot of guys that make it possible for me in real life, so it's cool to get them spotlight on at least iRacing as much as you guys do broadcast-wise. There's a lot of people that tune in, so I appreciate it, all that you guys done all season. It's definitely fun that last 15, 20 laps. I was sweating, trying to keep an eye on where Ryan was. I knew Ryan was one of the best ones all day. And then Roger, he matched his laps all day. So it was definitely an awesome last 20 laps. I hope it was for you guys too.
Well, congratulations, Tyler Truex. You are the champion. Go celebrate like a champion. And thank you again for being such an entertaining part of this inaugural Thunderclap season. Justin, do we have any of our other championship contenders in here for an interview who unfortunately did not get this championship ring?
Yeah, absolutely. We have the guy that came one spot short of winning that championship, Roger Diebold. You've won all 4 regular season championships. You were the first playoff winner of the playoffs, number 1 seed all the way through until after the Roval, but unfortunately 1 spot short. Take us through your emotions there, those final laps, seeing that 69 machine run away, and what is your mindset is going into next year, having to compete for that championship once again?
Yeah, it was tough, man. I mean, they're fast. That's the biggest difference right there. I think it shows of having the real life track experience versus no real life track experience. But man, congrats to Tyler there. He's been one of my biggest threats and competitors, as well as Ryan all year. Um, I think it was very well deserved. He played it right. He followed me on around and waited for me to burn it up and took his opportunity. So it was good racing.
Absolutely. Tire wear, huge factor there at the end. You saw how it affected Ryan Truex. He is your number 3 seed for the season. And number 4, coming in the 4th spot of the final 4, Ryan Zunk. I believe we have him here in the broadcast booth. Ryan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Well, man, you were able to make it into the Final Four. Unfortunately, weren't able to get up there with those front runners, but I was able to battle pretty hard with you there on those final laps, and you were definitely giving it your all. Congratulations on a phenomenal season and that win at Daytona and getting you into this Final Four. Where's your mindset now as you head into next season in preparation to compete with these guys on a regular basis, as well as maybe getting yourself multiple wins to show that you deserve that spot?
Yeah, I think it just more seat time is the biggest factor. Just getting more practice and learning how to not burn up tires. Just following up the good guys up front and learning from all them. So the more I can do that, the more practice I get, the more experience, and it should pay off better for me. But good job, Tyler. You've been up front all year, so well deserved on that one.
Well, again, congrats on making the Final Four, and that's Brian Zunk for your number 4 seed on the 2021 Thunderclap season. Looking forward to the future of Zunk Gedgedorf's Racing and the future of the 23 machine. Bo, I'll send it back to you. That is your final 4 drivers. Tyler Truex is your champion. Roger Diebold, second. Third belongs to Ryan Truex. And fourth in the standings, Ryan Zunk.
Well, that will conclude an incredibly exciting season, inaugural season of the Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational. Next year, be ready, folks. It's the Thunderclap Stock Car Series coming at you live. We look forward to seeing all of you in February, all of our sponsors, again next year for what will be, I'm sure, just as exciting of a season as we bring the next-gen car into the Thunderclap Stock Car Series. For all of us here at the admins and broadcasting crew, that means myself, Roger Diebold, Justin Clapper, Kyle Newkirk, Justin White, our race control aficionado, and every single one of our drivers. We want to thank our sponsors who made all of this possible all season long. TLC Incorporated, Kubia's Tackle, Das Beer Hall, and so many more. Jandine Sealy Photography sponsoring this race, Checkered Flag Books. I mean, the list goes on and on for all these companies that were able to make this work this year. Bob's Equipment Repair, another one. Shout out to my dad, who's been having some health issues of late, but I am sure he is excited to see that 69 get this W in the championship field this season. I mean, overall, just I am so happy to have been able to bring these images to you. I think, RL Productions, myself, the company that I own and operate that allows us to have these broadcasting experiences each and every week. It's just a lot of fun. I'm honestly at a loss for words. That's why I'm making little to no sense whatsoever. I just, after so many weeks getting us here, getting us to this finish here, seeing the 69 of Tyler Truex do those championship burnouts, it's a great feeling. It shows all the effort that these drivers put in, week out, every Wednesday night, showing up and showing out on the racetrack. We thank all of them. Again, thank you to all of our fans who checked in each week. Our lively chat sessions the last half of this season has made the broadcast so fun for me. Thank you for all of your support, and we can't wait to see you this coming winter for the start of the Thunderclap Stock Car Series. And be sure to check out the Thunderclap Short Track Challenge coming to you in just a few weeks. Justin, that's all I've got. You're the commissioner. Any last things you want to say before we go off air for the final time in this inaugural season?
No, but I think you said it all. And incredible how far we've come since our first event. And, Bo, I thank you so much. Justin White as well. Roger Diebold, Kyle Newkirk, names you've already mentioned. Really looking forward to next year. Stay tuned to all our social media accounts. If you'd like to sponsor us, shoot us an email, thunderclapinvitational@gmail.com. Check us out on Instagram at Thunderclap Invitational. And we will see you on Facebook weekly with updates at Thunderclap Stock Car Invitational, iRacing. Bo, take it away, my man, for one last closing segment. Can't wait to hear it.
Well, and I'm going to add one more sponsor in there, Team JCR, because they did a lot for us this year. I'd be remiss not to mention them as I see Jordan Durasic come into frame here. Just trying to remember everybody that I forgot, you know what I mean? Just pulled a Michael Washer up here. Had to look at the hat real quick. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for all of us here at Thunderclap, thank you for an exciting season. Congratulations to Tyler Truex in that 69 machine, on the championship ring being all his for the rest of this season. The bragging rights belong to that 69. For all of us here on the broadcast team, we will say good night, let the lightning strike, and the thunder roll onto next season.
They are wrecking just like that. Oh, a humongous impact.
just like that, we have ourselves some drama on hand.
Things are heating up.
Got forward for the lead.
I think Roger got it. I think Roger got the win.
Is in the air. He is Dogecoin to the moon.
And that's the kind of racing you get in Thunderclap.